All right, so do me a favor and just go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you've been doing.
All right. My name is Tim Riker. I'm the CTO for a company named Saygus. We're based just outside of Salt Lake City, Utah, and we're manufacturing a new phone. This will be an Android phone. Currently, it's running 1.6. We're going through Google certification, so that's the platform we've been certifying on. But we anticipate the phone will be open to developers. We will be rootable right out of the box to the degree that Google allows us to do it. But certainly no more complicated than it is on an Nexus 1 or one of the other developer phones in the market. This is the phone. It's the Saygus vPhone. Let's see if I can put it close enough here. You can get a view off the screen. It's got a full QWERTY keyboard, slide art. It's got a forward-facing video camera, as well as a rear-facing 5-megapixel autofocus camera with a flash. Some of the unique features that this phone has that other products that are currently on the market don't yet offer is the USB port on this phone is a charge port and a USB client like other phones, but it's also a host. So you can take a USB storage stick and plug it directly into the phone and read data right on your phone without having to put it, without having to tether it to a PC. So let's see if I've got it converted.
Now, with the USB host mode, does it allow you to do? Is there a limit as far as what kind of device you can connect to it? Like, I assume that there's not Android support for like a webcam, but you know, you'd be able to do like a keyboard and mouse.
So correct. So anything that's supported by the Linux kernel and a Linux distribution is in theory supportable on your portable device, but not all of those drivers are built in the default kernel.
Okay.
You'll have the kernel source. If you want to change that, go right to town. But the base things that we've been testing is a USB hub, so that you can plug multiple devices in it. That's particularly important in case you wanted to do a powered hub to do something that draws more power than your portable device is going to be able to deliver. So let's say you had an external USB hard drive, for example. You wouldn't want to power the hard drive off your phone. You're going to drain your phone rather quickly. But you could plug a converter cable in. This just takes from a mini jack to a regular USB client port. And I've got this is just a little micro reader. It's a micro stick. And I plug that in, and the phone will recognize it. You'll see power it up here. As you can see, activity on the phone, and it will recognize it and give you a notification area as the drop-down that'll let you use or unmount that device, and you can copy files back and forth from there to the internal. This first hardware design, the USB is a 1.1 host, not a 2.0 host. So reading from an external storage card is going to be significantly slower than reading from internal storage. But things like an external keyboard is supported, a USB hub, an external mouse is kind of a little funky to use with Android, but in theory somebody could finish that up so that an external mouse worked well. It's supported by the hardware platform, but not yet supported well by Android itself. The product also has the Wi-Fi drivers support access point mode up to 8 devices in micro IP. So you can tether through the device any of the different ways. Tether through the USB, where it shows up as a normal Ethernet device, and for example, under Windows, you don't need any additional drivers. You just have an INF file that tells you to use the RN disk drivers that are supported in Windows work directly with the phone. Then it'll also do, of course, all the ADB mode that you're familiar with on most phones. It supports both PAN and DUN Bluetooth tethering, so you can tether off Bluetooth with multiple devices, and it will support up to 8 devices on Wi-Fi, and it'll do all these simultaneously. So someone here in the room had it tethered to their laptop, and then also turned on as an access point. Everybody in the room could be using it for internet access. The plans that we're working on with Verizon as the carrier, we've done certification on. The plans are not yet finalized, but our intention is to offer a plan that supports all the tethering modes and also allows voice and video over IP. I mentioned there's a forward-facing camera on the phone, and so we believe that the video calling will be a significant feature of the product in the market. I've been focusing on all the other issues getting the phone to market. I'm not sure if we'll have that feature enabled right from the get-go, but you should expect to be able to run market applications that support it on the phone directly. My history is I've been a Linux developer for many years. I was the CTO at a company called Linio that did embedded Linux development. I've been commit member access on BusyBox and UCLibs and many other products that make up embedded Linux devices. I come from this community, and we're working on a video calling solution and couldn't find a carrier or a handset manufacturer that would work with us in the terms we wanted to work with. Now, with the launch of Android, in theory, it's easy for a small manufacturer to get on board building phones, so we decided to start building our own phone and using.
So when you said that it was going to come rooted or unlocked out of the box, do you have like a flavor of Linux, flavor of Android of choice that you want to see on it? Like Cyanogen Mod 6 out of the box, or what's your primary goal?
I'm eager to work with whatever the community wants to build for the phone, and work with the community on whatever features they want to add in. I already sent a review phone to Cyanogen for a while. He played around with the phone. I ended up having to call that back because I sent it into the lab for testing. But as we get more handsets available, certainly I expect the same community that's here at this event to get handsets and to do distributions. And we would like very much features that fixed in a distribution that works stable. We would like to incorporate in an officially supported channel. We would also like our equivalent of a ROM manager running on the phone to be able to download directly community ROMs on the phone. So if you want to run, obviously if you call our support channel for your handset running on the Verizon network, they're going to want to support what the official community ROM, what the official company ROMs are, which will probably include a lot of community content. But we fully expect the end user to be able to download and run other ROMs if he wants to. In fact, the bootloader changes that I'm working on right now will allow the phone to boot off by holding down a key combination during the phone boot. You can boot up your kernel and your root file system off your SD card without modifying the internal RAM.
So basically a Linux live CD.
Yes, running off your micro SD. I'm not yet supporting DVD boot off the USB port, but in theory, if somebody wants to add that, it should be possible as well.
It's a very nice feature.
So my view and the company view is that the community is moving faster than the corporations are, and whoever works with the community the closest is going to have the best features on their phone. We would like to take that up. That part of the story is easy. The side of the story that's been difficult is working with the silos of the existing cell phone manufacturers and distribution channels and experiences. Verizon has been very supportive of us. We are the first handset in the world that's been, I guess that's an overarching statement, right? Verizon's only in the U.S. Okay, the first handset in the U.S. that's been certified for shipment on Verizon's open developer to other devices. Verizon has approved many other devices, in-car systems, security systems, USB storage sticks, or USB cellular sticks. These kinds. We have a Verizon's statement that we've gotten that far.
Now, a phone like this wouldn't be seen because of the functionality and the mod support. It's not going to be seen in a store. Is that correct?
So we are open to distribution channel, pretty much any distribution channels. Any of the people that we've talked to so far, we have refused to give anyone an exclusive. So this will be available from multiple sites. You should be able to buy the phone unlocked directly from our site, saygus.com. When it starts shipping, you should be able to buy it from multiple retailers. The Verizon resellers can pick up the devices, and we've talked to every one of the resellers and have interest from all of them. I don't have any firm commitments I want to talk about publicly in the press, but if you look at the list of resellers, you find people like Best Buy and Walmart and these people that have Verizon in their store. These are the type, and the anticipation is you'll be able to get it from many, if not all, of those resellers directly in the store. So you would walk into Best Buy, for example, go to the Verizon booth that's in the store and be able to pick up the phone right there. Verizon's wholesale group has committed to carry the phone on their wholesale website. Verizon's retail group still has the option. They can pick it up and carry it in retail, but they, to date, have not committed to that. And with other, it's unlikely they're going to pick it up unless the market